Traders! What's happening, baby? Ooh, we had a good one today in the markets. I went 4-0 on the day, and today we're going to go over all the live setups that I took so you guys can really see what goes in the mind of a trader, especially during a trending market like the one we had today. Some of the best way I think to learn, the way that I learned, is just from watching YouTube videos, seeing live setups, and learning the process to spot the perfect setups, especially in a fast moving market. That's all I got for you. That's enough of me talking. I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's go. Let's go. Repeat it. Let's go. All right. That's enough. Peace. Okay, we see a first entry long, second entry long failure trap with this bullish bar. Let's see what happens. If we have a higher low, I might add on to this trade actually. We're still in this uptrend, looking for a new high, this short-term uptrend on the left side. And we scalped out of our first trade. Unfortunately, we didn't get a tick back to add on, but it's all right. Hopefully we can get a runner. It'd be nice. But we're really only looking for a new high of the day, which we just ended up matching. Yep. All right. Catch you guys on the next one. Oh, let's see if we can get a failed second entry short entry. Let's see. Okay. See you guys on the next one. I might go long here if we have a nice bullish bar. I will explain the trade in a second if I get in it. Okay. We're coming from these highs and we've bounced multiple times at these lows. We also had a new high here. First entry long, second entry long, failure, followed by a nice bullish bar, which is kind of a rejection of this massive bearish bar. Hopefully we can scalp out. I do like this trade. We'll see what happens. And there we go. All right. Hopefully we got at least to the top of this trading range, but it is pretty choppy. Okay, we got stopped out. But price action works, guys. Price action works. Just following the own rules and making some money. All right. 2-0 for the day so far. And feeling good. Let's go. All right, guys. If this bar closes near its highs, then I'm going to try to get in with a limit order. We had another bounce at these lows, strong push above the EMA, followed by another test at the EMA. I guess it wasn't meant to be, but this is just to show you guys my mindset when I'm looking at potential trade opportunities and trying to read the price action. We had a short-term uptrend, a break. So if we had a nice bullish bar showing a lot of bullish momentum and we're expecting a test of this high because the rules for trend lines are once there's a break, we expect a new high, which is why I was thinking of going long, but I'll see you guys on the next setup. All right, guys, we have another potential setup here. We had a new high, followed by an attempt to go below the EMA, another push above, creating a first entry long. Now a second entry long might be forming because this bar that's printing broke below the one previous to it. Let's see what happens. If this bar breaks above it, I'm gonna go long. Okay, my limit order is in, and we're in the trade. Okay, it's also a higher low, and we're in this massive, massive uptrend, and there we go. Let's see if we can get a runner here, guys, because it is a trending day. I mean, what are the lows? 3835. I mean, we're about 50 points from the very lows of the overnight session, but doesn't mean we can't keep going higher. But now we just wait. Okay. All right. 3-0 so far. At this point of the day, whenever I'm 3-0, I'm like, okay, now I really, really can be done trading for the day, or if I find like a perfect setup, then obviously I'll take it. But for now, I might be done. But we'll check back in a second. Yep, we're still pushing. We're still pushing. All right, guys. I ended up taking another trade, and we're in and out in like a couple seconds. Now let's get running. Come on now. This trade was a failed second entry short. New low here. First entry short. Second entry short. Failure. With this bullish bar right here where the arrow is. This market is strong right now, which is why I took the trade. Once again, okay. Here's the new low. We had a first entry long, or first entry short once this bearish bar broke one below the one previous to it. So that's a first entry short, followed by another push above the EMA. And within this bar where the arrow is, there was a failed second entry short because it broke below the doji, and then when the next bar printed above that bar, that created the failure because all the people going short were trapped and they had their stop losses. Really, I don't know. It's kind of a nuanced failed second entry short just because it's an engulfing bar, but it just added even more fire to the flame, especially that it closed on its high and that it was at the EMA with pretty much like 80% of its body above the EMA. All right, guys. Once again, here we wait and hope for the best, but now I'm probably for sure done for the day. No promises, but 4-0 done for the day. You can't beat that. But let's take a zoom out, see where we're at. I don't even know if we should consider this a break of the trend yet. Really could just be something like that. But yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. There's this short-term trend, and we broke and got a new high, so it could potentially start reversing, or at least come back to test the bottom side of the trend line. But let's see. Come on. Go up, go up. Yeah, we might end up testing the EMA. Hopefully we don't hit my sell stop, but we'll see. If we break above this bar, I'm gonna move my stop one tick below this bar just to lock in a little bit of profit. And then if we do have a second entry long forming, at the EMA, nice bullish bar, then I will have to take another trade. But for now, we just sit on our hands, wait and see what happens. The likelihood right now is that we do come back to test the EMA because the high probability setup that everyone's looking for is a second entry long at the EMA. But then again, it is a trending market, so people going short right now might get trapped. Hopefully, but we'll see. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you really want to see. If you like the live trading more, or just the bar by bar analysis, or both. Just let me know. And as we see a second entry long formed, if we look here, this is a new high. There's a first entry long because this bar was one tick above that. And then once this bar had the one printing right now break above it, that's the second entry long. First entry long broke below, second entry long. And hopefully this runner keeps going. It's looking good. But the way I manage runners is, let me see. The way I manage runners is every time there's a bar that breaks below. So, for example, like this bar broke below that one. I don't trail my stop loss until we have a, like in this case, it's an uptrend, until we have a first entry long. So until the next bar broke above that, that's when I like to trail my stop loss. So every swing in the opposite direction, so every swing low, as soon as we break above it, then that's when I trail my stop loss. But until then, like, yeah, we're moving. I'm not gonna trail my stop loss. A lot of people like to show their stop loss like this, and I mean sometimes it'll allow for more profit, but that way you really eliminate the possibility for the really, really big runners like 20, 30. I've had a 40-point runner once. But in this case, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like right now, if the next bar breaks above this one, then I'll put my stop loss one tick below the low. But yeah, we're really, really just fitting this trend channel nicely. Okay, so right now I am hoping that this bar breaks above it so I can lock in about 7 points. There we are. Okay. 6.75. 6 3/4 points over runner. I mean, simple trading, guys. Simple trading. First two trade of the day. Once again, we had bounce at this low, strong bullish bar. I went long, expecting that we would at least test the top of this trend channel or the top of this, or test the highs of this trend line, this other trend channel, because the rules of trend lines are once we have a break, we expect a new high before the uptrend is over. Next trade, we once again just bounced at these lows. We had a strong, massive bearish bar, which is very high risk, followed by a bounce. So I went long there once again. There were a lot of reasons to go long there. Not only was there the bounce, but there was a first entry long, second entry long failure, and a potential second entry long failure trap or double trap. And then the third trade, just wait a second, I might have to trail my stop loss once again. Okay, now we have an 8.25 point runner at least. But okay, the third trade was pretty textbook. Second entry long. We had the new high, attempt by the bears to break below the EMA, and we bounced at these resistance points. We had a strong push above the EMA, a higher low, incredibly bullish bar, forming a second entry long as well. First entry long, second entry long, and then the last trade, first entry long. Actually, there was a second entry long here, but once we had a first entry short, second entry short, nice bullish bar, go along there every day. Like I said, I'm usually done after 3-0 for the day, but because this setup was very nice, and there's always the potential of a runner on these trending days, I couldn't resist. It looked so juicy. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm content with just locking my profits here, but obviously, if we keep pushing up, I'm juicing this. And yeah, I mean, while we're waiting, I just want to explain how price action is a language I've been preaching in a lot of my videos. This does take a lot of practice, but I mean, it's simple. Once you really understand the language of the markets and can read what the prices are telling you, almost like a language, as I stated, and you follow the rules and you control your emotions, then it becomes like a formula. And once you understand the formula, then you can just keep repeating it every day for as long as you choose. And then obviously, I'm trading 5 contracts right now for the S&P 500 futures, but the hope is to continue to scale up as any trader would hope for. Let's see where this takes us. Come on now. We might get stopped out here, but I don't know, this price right here has been holding steady. Okay, and we're out. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Once again, thanks to subscribing for more trades. Have a good one. Have a blessed day. Hope you guys made some money in the markets. And yeah, I hope you guys are learning a lot from these videos. Just at the end of the day, that's how I learned, just watching YouTube videos online and practicing myself and going over the live trades, kind of like I did just a few minutes ago, just going over as each bar was printing and kind of testing myself. Okay, trying to find the good entries, because that's how you practice so that you're able to do it in real time. But once again, thanks for watching the video. Peace out.